What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day today. I hope everyone is ready and energized to get into some market action. Unfortunately, for many out there that are holding Chinese stocks, it's not the best day, is it? It certainly looks like it's going to be a little bit tough, but hopefully we can get through that and we'll move on and go to the other stocks. We'll have to see how that situation unfolds. Now, Bitcoin. That was the story of today. It continues to be one of the big discussion points of the last 24 hours. It's all about Bitcoin, all about Ethereum. Amazon coming out saying that they would potentially accept Bitcoin and other cryptos. We've got, big movements here against, of course, the nasty whales, manipulation of the markets, and we've seen a lot of short squeezes taking through as well. Really cleaning up, I guess you would say, quite a lot of short positions. So we've hit the weekly 20. This is the key zone. This is what a lot of crypto traders are going to be looking at. And we're in probably what's going to be the most interesting time. The next 2 days are going to be some very, very interesting times in the markets as well. So I'll be looking for a weekly close above the 40,000 to really say that we've resumed the trend, let's say. If we go over here to the old tweeters, by the way, Tax very cool. Give them a shout out here. If we check the tweeters, I posted this today. Now that looks strangely like Wyckoff accumulation, guys. Now, will it come back down and do some kind of last point support like we've seen here? Previous resistance at 36,000, come test that and then start bouncing off. Do we still have to worry about regulation a little bit later of the stable coins? It's almost a sure thing that will eventually go on now from a government perspective. And will we have some kind of consolidation above maybe the 20 moving average, some kind of SOS zone where we're creating a structural point before and next kind of eventuation of recovery? So there's a lot of things going on here in the crypto world. I think it's pretty exciting. And hopefully you guys have been following along with that. Anyone that's been, holding and hodling strong down here, I think they're feeling quite good right now. I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, I was hodling down there. I must admit I've kind of partially trimmed here, but that's only because I saw it hit almost 40,000. I thought, damn, that's not bad. I don't care why it got there. I know that there's ebbs and flows, so... Yeah, the market's doing its thing. The market's doing their thing. Amazon hype. They were tired of Elon hype. True, maybe that's why. Maybe he went to the moon and he's changed his investment concepts there. SP 500 going up, says Jack. We'll find out. And then, of course, we've also got a few people here pretty excited about the crypto movements. Now, one thing that's interesting about the crypto movements is if we go back over just quickly before we go into any particular stock, let's have a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum is actually behind Bitcoin by a substantial amount. Now, it started moving again. If we go down to the 2 hour, you'll notice it's kind of consolidating here. And if it does breach past 24, where's the next point? Well, you'd think the next point is 26. So again, there could be some good trading here on the Ethereum and other coins, because if you get past 24, then you come back down, test that previous resistance as support. Where's the next line that you should be looking for? Around 2600. It just makes perfect sense. So we've got something that goes with perfect sense from the perspective of it's moving that way. That'd be good. I've also noticed that the 2 hour 20 moving average has enacted now as a 1-2 support. So again, if that starts bouncing up, we move down, hit the 20 around this point. Will that then act as dynamic support again? It's a higher chance. And then when you've got a higher chance, then of course that's one of the things you start breaking down smaller time frames and making better informed decisions. Now, we always do an overview ahead of whatever Monday discussion of the week ahead, what we're talking about, what's going to be happening. You guys should be aware by now, this is earnings week. If you wanted to say what is the biggest week of earnings, it is this week, bar none. There is no bigger week than when you get this massive amount of technology companies. And this will pretty much lead into some of the discussion points we're going to be having. So did anyone get hold of Roku, TTD? Obviously, Snap, we saw movement heavily. Facebook was moving hard. That was something we've been looking at. Look at these names. We've got Tesla after the close today. I'm sure many of you are like, thank goodness that Bitcoin came back, because at least that's one around the same buy price now as where Elon purchased it. That's a lot better than when it was sitting in the 29s last week. We've got Apple coming out after the close on Tuesday. We've got AMD. We've got Microsoft. We've got Alphabet, Teladoc, scary Teladoc. And then we've also got, that could be actually quite volatile because Teladoc's last quarter was pretty bad. Their cost of acquisition was high. It was slowing down in some ways, and they didn't like the acquisition cost. That'll be interesting. We've got Enphase. We've got Starbucks. I mean, it just doesn't... It's crazy. This week is crazy, guys. Facebook, PayPal, Qualcomm, Amazon, Pinterest, Twilio. It's nuts. Who's hyped for earnings? My God. Where did you get the slide for Earnings Whispers? You can just get it off their Twitter, Earnings Whispers. You can also sign up for their I think it's their free newsletter. They send it out once weekly. Part of the reason why I like doing the Sunday video Australian time is I think they send it out Saturday American time. So, yeah. If dollar takes a big dip, then crypto will run, says Bloodbath McGrath. I think it's kind of going to do its own thing. I think that it doesn't necessarily do that exactly. I think that with the crypto world, it's going to be run a lot on, what's happening here with the government getting involved in it. Is there something more nefarious kind of going on with Tether? That's going to be really the story. This is mostly a fundamental play as far as I see it, and I'd look at the Wyckoff accumulation style as well. We've got Sherlock Holmes coming in here. He's got pictures of money. You guys see this? Look at this innovation I'm bringing on the screen, little overlays. Can you guys all see that? Is there a little overlay with Sherlock Holmes and his picture of the cat? So the reason I wanted to bring up earnings week is because I want to talk about strategies and just concepts moving forward. One of those concepts is you always want to know about your stats. Why not? If you can use large data and big data kind of concepts and you see a technical thing occurring, if you know that that's backed up with some hard data over the years, then why not pay attention to it? So one of the weakest things usually in the markets over the next couple of months is actually going to be technology. Technology in the QQQ tends to actually underperform the S&P in many ways over that August-September period. If we know September is the worst month of the year, I make a big deal about it every year just because, people like to know when let's call it corrections happen. And I'll call it a correction because I don't believe there's a crash here for multiple years in the markets. Now, you might disagree with me, but I tend to think 2021 all the way to 2026, maybe 2025 is going to be stellar. And I say that, not liking it. I just say that because I think that's where we're sitting. I think we're sitting at the back end of a 16.4 year cycle from the GFC, all these types of things. So I'm going to remain a pretty big bull in this market here. This is the way I feel about it, and you actually have to make your own, obviously, decisions and come up with your own biases there. But yeah, look, I feel very, very positive about the market. I just think that it's worthwhile knowing when things pull back because you guys get really scared. And on this channel, we're not about being scared. We're about being prepared. We need to be prepared, guys. So August, mediocrity. You'll notice the worst month over the 20 years, of course, 2001. Mediocrity in August, followed by crap in September. And usually then we get some nice kind of October feed through with, of course, more purchasing after that point. So I don't know if I've got the specific one that I wanted here. I don't think I've got the image. No, I don't think I put it up here. That's all right. I'll share it with you guys tomorrow. So basically, we know that August, September, look, let's eradicate that post kind of election years because we know that's not the most important stat. We know it's a kind of crappy time. We also know that technology tends not to be as good here. Consumer staples tend to be better and some other sectors. Financials also don't tend to fire very hard during this time of year. So if we know that, we're going in open-eyed. We understand the market is hot. And we also understand that the Nasdaq, at least, is very close to the top end of this range. And arguably, it's already hit an end of a range. If we go into the daily, you'll notice it's pretty much going in line with this previous little trend line, which caused it to go back. So if we go over there and we extrapolate that out, this probably explains part of the reason why the Nasdaq's down here this morning. We know fake market futures mean nothing. We're not going to pay attention to the fake market futures too much. But yeah, It's something that I will be clearly looking at here. I just feel like the risk reward in the tech sector is getting worse by the day. And I'm a big fan of buy the rumor, sell the fact in this kind of concept. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you guys think? Put City mid-August into September, says Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, that's probably pretty true. 2021 will be the bottom of the market in 10 years from now. Yeah, probably true. This is what Steve says over here, so you can see that's what he's saying. I don't disagree. It's the type of thing that makes sense. I mean, the market will continue to drive higher as long as monetary policy exists and everything. It just makes sense that that's going to happen. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think anyone has super chatted, but I've set up this new setup, so I'm not sure. If someone has, let me know. And Dave, just send me a message. If someone hasn't, then yeah, that makes sense why I haven't found that thing going off yet. So US 100 on the resistance of the first trend line. Second one very, very close. Now, US 500, how's it looking? Looks pretty good. Futures market came down this morning, hit this previous resistance, found a bit of buying pressure. It's down 0.15% right now. Is this a market we need to be worried about? I think the S&P less so, because the S&P has already got plenty of sick companies in it. It has plenty of ups, plenty of downs, plenty of things that should do okay over the August-September period. And this is not the market that I'm necessarily worried about. The next one, US 30, at the tippity top of the previous weeks. You'll notice that the Dow is just hankering to get out there, but it's not going to be able to do it without Apple. Unless Apple goes out, it's just not going to be able to do it. Thank you very much to the subscribers coming in. Appreciate you guys. That's good. Loving the new visuals. Yeah, it'll be good once I get it sorted. So that would be nice. I like this overlay thing. I think it's kind of cool to be able to highlight comments. I think dip after post earnings pump, says somebody there. And we've got a whole bunch of super chats coming in. First one, Matthew Harris just puts a big smiley face there. Thank you very much, Matthew Harris. Appreciate it, man. And then we have here, the month before 9/11/01 was a horrible month. That smells like a future conspiracy theory, says Donnie. No, not going with that one, man. Altimus, $5. MCD to the moon. What is MCD? Oh, McDonald's. McDonald's. Macca's. Well, Macca's got its earnings this week. I hope it does. Great Friday session here. 1.8%. Strong for McDonald's. 248 was the target. So all these stocks, they're all breaking out ahead of earnings. Twilio is no different. Once we look at that today, Twilio is no different. Apple's obviously running into the event. We've got McDonald's breaking through that resistance and just going mental after it. What is, this is a solid setup. We covered it on the Friday session. Very solid setup there, Ultimus. So if you took it off the break there, I do not blame you. That is a great kind of trade. We've talked about it several times, how once you create a false break like this and you create this false kind of idea of shorting, where you've got shorting that really did happen, then you've got this false short, it then closes above. This signals that all the people that got into this trade are about to get spanked. And that's what ends up happening. And you get that bullish momentum. It's a very solid setup, and we cover it regularly here. We've also got Stev Stromdus, whatever it is. He says here, let's see if it works. Let's start the week off great. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. It certainly does. Which is the crazy indicator at the bottom? Oh, that's MACD, the one down here. So this is just... I call it, look, it's the MACD that I like using. I prefer it when the histogram goes from below to the, from negative to positive, and you see it this way and you've got a signal line. This is actually my preferred MACD. Most people use ribbon ones. I like this one. If you want to get access to this on TradingView, just type in MT4 MACD. You'll see it here. Thank you very much, Dev Lusum, who created this. Awesome stuff. And thank you also to the super chatters coming in here. I appreciate it, Steve. Appreciate it, Altimus, and also Matthew. Great to have you here. Hankering. Who uses that word, lol? Me. Crazy Australian people, man. Crazy Australian people. I used some crazy words. Don't worry about that. Sherlock Holmes, $5. Morning all. Please take a look at Microsoft or BA, whichever you decide. We'll do both for you, man. We'll cover both very, very soon. So let's just quickly keep going through these. So Mackie D's, the Maccas, it looks pretty good. The Shanghai Composite, intervention, guys. It all looked so great. And this sucks. I mean, 200 daily hopefully holds up the Shanghai Comp, but that's a big deal. The type of manipulation that's going on here is just very uncool. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have skin in this game right now, but I'm pretty annoyed at the fact that, again, this is just it's a rule that I kind of consistently go through with life, and that is that I don't trade peg. So anything that's pegged or anything that's heavily manipulated. Now you'll say, Tom, but the Fed manipulate the US stock market. Yeah, they tend to have like a very optimistic, very bullish kind of attempt on that though. So look, I've seen quite a lot of pegs over the years, and this is just very disappointing for investors in this. I hope it does correct soon, and maybe it's just some deep value. Let's go with deep value for now. IWM, we've still got that thing trapped this week. This is not showing us any signs of bearishness yet. We've got the TLT continuing to kind of strengthen here. Pre-market's up 0.45%. This is the 20-year bond. Important to look at the bonds. The bonds keep running, usually a precursor that the market is weaker than you might think. And then we have dollar index, which had a good strength close in it last week, and it's back on support. So it'd be interesting to see if this thing can follow up. It didn't actually follow up this bullish hammer with the closure above on the daily. So I would like to see it get back above 90. I actually probably prefer it gets back above 93, and then that to signal further bullishness. Move over to gold here quickly. I'm feeling pretty good about gold, but I need to see the closure above here, above this 50 moving average. So this is the daily. I want to see gold smash this, close above, and we're in a historically good couple of months here for gold. It should really, if you would go through stats, you would say dollar index should be weak right now. Now, it's obviously not, so we have to ignore that. And you would say gold should be strong for the next 2 months. Now, that's just stats. The price action ultimately dictates what we can do. So if it goes bullish and all that stuff starts eventuating and we've got the stats behind it, it just gives us more confidence in our trade. Remember, I told you guys it's like 4 circles. And if we have, firstly, we've got the government and the Fed over here, and they're saying, hey, yeah, you do this and you do that. Great. Then we've got the fundamental analysis, and then we've got the data, the actionable data, and then we have the TA. And it all lines into the TA. If you want to get better at investing and trading, the TA is ultimately your go sign either way. And all of this data and all of this fundamental analysis and all of this Fed government, market stuff, that all feeds into the TA. And if you can bring them all together and understand which bits are crap and which bits are good information, it should help you out quite a lot. So some good stuff going on there at this stage. Let's now do Sherlock Holmes as one. He wanted Microsoft. So let's have a look at Microsoft to start off with. Yeah, so with gold, I want it past that level, past the 50 exponential. Microsoft continues to run into earnings. Another one that's kind of worrying me here. The reason, you've got June, huge bullish. Let's just mark that out. So bottom of June here, we've got a 20% return in what, a month and a bit. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's actually an exceptional return over this period of time. Is this going to be maintainable? So we'll find out how the earnings is this week. Probably Apple's going to show us some of the line here. So far, Snap's been good. I actually expected all these to be good, but the market comes in and it doesn't just say, hey, we want the expectation. It wants a smashing. Remember, the market is an optimistic tool. It comes out, it says we want an 8 out of 10 plus and maybe even a 9 out of 10 result, not that crappy 5 out of 10 that every other economist thinks that it's going to be. So has the market priced in Microsoft correctly? Is there actually an exceptional return here to be had? I think if you're not in it, it's not really worthwhile gambling on something like this, but that's my opinion again. You can do whatever the hell you feel like. $300 would be the target price for something like Microsoft. Let's have a look at Boeing. Boeing is definitely not the flavor of the month. It's on support. We had support over here, which failed to hold. It ended up just getting miserable. And weekly, then we had all the stuff that's going on with the Delta variant. And it just doesn't look exceptional either way. I mean, I'd probably go 4-hour time frame, and I'd be looking for a lightning bolt here. So I'd be looking for it to go trough, peak, high trough, high peak. That would be ideal. That would be ideal, Sherlock. Got Sandola coming in with the super sticker. Thank you very much, Sandola77. Always appreciate your support, sir. Great to have you here. What's the Bitcoins going to do? Check out the Twitter. I put that there. And we've got Huey as well coming in with the super chat. I don't have a message from you, Huey. And then you said, oh, I forgot my message. And then he said, can we look at WLL? See, the new system, it catches these things, Huey. All right, man. We'll have a look at WLL for you. Then we'll resume with some of the things I'm looking at this week. By the way, Square fam. Ooh, Square, come on. Get me my 280, guys. It's going to happen. Thank you very much, Bitcoin. Thank you very much, Amazon. That would be sweet. I would be very, very happy with that. Let me go, Jack Dorsey. Let me out of there. Nah, I still probably hold some Square, but still, the Square has not been the best. It's just been, I mean, it's been better than the market, but not by much, and that isn't good enough. If it's only just better than the market, that's just not good enough, eh? So let's go trough. We got peak. We got higher trough coming through. We can see the 20 here. I would like to see a higher peak that breaches the 20. And then that really being the signal that this WLL here, petroleum company, is moving back into the highs of 56. It looks like it's trading kind of with oil, because oil obviously went up, dumped, recovered, and because of that, Huey, I guess, go to the weekly. 20 moving average was hit. That's important. Both times have been very bullish signs. Move over to US oil. And US oil closed its weekly really sweet. I mean, that's a huge bullish hammer here on the futures for WTI. You would think, well, that's not bad, eh? I like to see follow through. So I like to see a little bit of further bullish momentum here. Go down to the daily. Get rid of the MACD. I don't need that for now. Yeah, I mean, just a nice extra bullish day might be good for oil, but you know what I feel? I feel like I'm kind of done with the oil for now. So yes, that's the area. Amir says Shanghai Composite Index, please. Yeah, we took a look at that before. Mr. Murray says MACD on the Macca's chart. What? Hashtag hungry. True. Barber below 200. Is that the level that it finds buyers? Around $200 lunch money should be the correct level for Barber. This whole, I guess you would say, manipulation of the markets that's being caused by the government in China is really, really, really disturbing in some ways as an investor. I mean, I've always known that it's very pumpy dumpy, but it's very disappointing when you see great technicals, great investment of, concepts, great maybe fundamentals. If you're investing, then you've got to consider your options. Of course, we know Cathie Wood pulled some of her stock from the Chinese market, even though she likes a lot of those stocks. We know the valuations there are not obscenely high compared to some other tech. However, it's just, this is the risk that we play in those kind of markets. This week, we've got the Fed coming out as well. TLT is in strong upwards trend since June. That's correct, Brett. So TLT tends to outperform the stock market, as in the SP500, as a percentage over the period of generally June into about October. So it actually beats it by a few percentage points. So it beats it by like 1% on average over that period. So yes, you are correct. It is doing that. We got Tatonda coming in with ETH to the moon. Yeah, that's correct. Well, if ETH gets through that 2400 bracket, then you've got potential of 26 for sure. Doge to 40 cents. Conscious investing. Come on, man. I need Doge to be over. Can an admin make sure Tom sees my donation? Yeah, I saw it, bro. All good. All good. Let me just see if I've got everyone else's. It is actually a little bit more difficult with this for me to pick up everything. Oh, is this a super chat? Oh, no, it's just me highlighting it. Let me just quickly make sure here. Got Huey. And then we have another one coming in from W Diggs BBI, please. We'll do that now, man. Actually, we'll do it just after this. So Square, I'm actually disappointed. 0.95% sucks. That should be 2, like I saw when I first loaded up the market. 2% Square, not 0.95%. If you're going to trade with Bitcoin down here, then I want to see you trading with Bitcoin up here. Look, I would like Square to be moving into resistance ahead of earnings. So we've got earnings here on Square on the 5th. I think it's about right. And I would like Square to be right here before earnings. That's the aim and that's the concept. So, if it does do that, then it makes perfect sense, because usually a market will go towards a resistance or a support ahead of earnings. As we're seeing right now, every one of these stocks is breaking out of resistances into earnings. Twilio, McDonald's, Apple's moving just hard. They're all breaking. Amazon broke early. Amazon, we talked about how many calls that damn thing had on it. How's Amazon looking here? 0.35%. So it had a lot of calls on it. Bit of a sleeper here. This is probably the biggest FANG stock that hasn't moved as much as the others. Now, it's moved as a percentage, you would say, about 18.8%, but it also was sleeping a lot more than Microsoft. So Amazon's certainly behind the 8 ball when you consider it against Facebook, when you consider it against Google and others. Let's do BBI. BBI. Brickwell Biotech. Oh, get the knives in the chat, guys. Oh, no, dude. Oh, BBI. There's nothing cool about this right now. Nothing cool. It went up and it came down hard. And unfortunately, there's just nothing holding it up. I mean, you could go to 50 cents incredibly easily. You could also go back to like 81 cents and then find resistance support. So something like this is quite possible. Unfortunately, until you get back above this line here, there's nothing good about this stock. If you go down to like even a 2 hour, all you're really seeing at this stage is still further weakness. So if you want strength, probably look for a closure above this. That will then take out all these little nasty wicks. It'll take a 20 moving average out as well on the 2 hour, which has already shown itself to be a bit of a problem twice up here. Movement up, and then hopefully towards 80 cents. You got problems here. Clearly there's something sick about this company. I can't tell you what it is, WDigs, but it's not good. US oil to 100, says Mr. Patex. Really? Are you sure about that? We'll look at Tesla in just a few moments. Tom, is the manipulation also not from the media and Wall Street? Hell yeah. Of course. There's huge manipulation there. But generally speaking, look, there's a difference between full-on government intervention and then just random articles trying to, spruik you out of your cash. So you're right, Jasser. You're completely correct. But when you get in there and you start damaging, let's say, it's kind of like saying, the US government changes tax tomorrow to 35% on all companies or 40% on all companies. What kind of thing will that do? Well, of course, it'll make them some money, but it would absolutely just destroy the stock market. So a lot of this is about, if you're going to have, call it freedom of the markets, then you can't be doing that. Now, I've spoken a little bit here on the channel about property not being free in a lot of countries as well. And in many ways it's pegged. So you've got to kind of know what you're doing with those situations. Everything in itself is manipulated to a degree. Coin price targets above... Yeah, above 300. Yeah. So, yeah, Jess, that was that one. We've got Doggish Doge. Says $4.99. Hey, Elon is pumping Daddy Doge coin like crazy. He shouted out Daddy Doge to Mars twice now. It's on Daddy Doge Twitter. Going parabolic thoughts. All right, let me have a look at this damn thing. Stupid Dogecoin. Stupid Dogecoin. I mean, I'm glad it's back for people that have been hodling it. Actually, when it broke that downtrend, you probably could have felt much better about it. That was pretty cool. So Elon's at it again, going crazy about this thing, is he? Fairly decent consolidation, big move up. Look, you guys know what I feel about this. I don't think it's like super technical. It relies on the pumpy dumpy. So how long is Elon's pump going to be prevalent? So a lot of people are kind of probably scared of his pumps based on some pumps working out and earning you a lot of money and being sustained, some being pumpy dumpies, and his lack of trust maybe in the community. It's been a little while, so people have forgotten. People forget very easily, and that's why it works again. It wouldn't work if people had not forgotten. So yes, it is good. It is above the 4-hour 200. It's above 20 cents, which is probably important in itself. You can see 20 cents was the key resistance here that it was struggling with. If it comes back down to 20 cents, I would expect some buyers to be around that level. But you're really just betting on him continue. When he started, let's look at the human nature of the Elon. When he starts, does he stop? Chat, answer that. When he starts, does he stop? Oh, wait, there's another one. I swear to God, there could be like another one. Is there like a Daddy Dogecoin that I don't know about? DBA. Don't tell me there's another Dogecoin that I don't know about. Daddy Doge token to Mars. Oh, no. There's another one. Elon said he is a pumper, not a dumper. This is from Trish in here. Not a dumper. Daddy Doge. My goodness. Thank you very much for the subscribers coming through here. We appreciate you guys. Oh, God. I can't believe he's back. Ulrich Nielsen, DKK, $20. Penn ASX, weekly close. Is that bullish to you? Let's have a look at Penn for you. One of your favorites, I think, this one. Peninsula Energy. You're obsessed with this stock, Ulrich. You love it. Is this bullish? Ulrich, I maintain that I do not like this stock for you, sir. It's a good close. Needs follow through, man. Bullish hammers, shooting stars, pin bars, whatever you want to call them. They are not good enough by themselves, all right? You need the extra stuff. You absolutely have to, wait for the follow-through momentum. Remember, Ulrich, if you've done the course, it's about breaking this thing down to percentages, working out a percentage, putting the percentage on top, waiting for that momentum. You don't have to wait for the close, just wait for the momentum. And it will save you from making lots of crappy decisions. It's something I learned through a long time of looking at the charts. Daddy Doge. It's a trap. Yeah, all the Doge is a trap. But then again, we're talking about it, so I guess it worked out, hey? All right, let's keep going around the markets. So we got Square, disappointing. 0.62% sucks. We've got a market coming in slightly negative here in the Monday. Fake market futures, not much to take from that. Obviously, we have the US 100 over the top on the trend line. That's a pretty big thing. Then we've got Amazon. Looks pretty good. We talked about the big equity on that. We talked about Apple. Of course, this thing tends to buy into earnings and then have kind of crappy results. So let's see if it continues to buy through today. Looks like it's 0.29 down. Microsoft looked all right. Snowflake. Now, a few people were mentioning this one. Not the best Friday close, hey? So we go down here, the Friday close. Now, if we closed above 271 on Snowflake, if we closed above this zone here, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But it did find resistance and it had another nasty looking sell kind of candle. So it's down here in the pre-market, 0.85%. It's going to open up around this area, this 262. Is this the kind of zone that we hope it does bounce? Absolutely. Absolutely. We don't want it going down too much more. 2 hour 20, it's around that 262. This is where snowflake must turn. Turn for a snowflake. Don't stay down here for too long. Tether is the downfall, says denial phase of Bitcoin. Don't disagree with you. Is this true? Is this true, guys? Look at his picture. Oh, yeah, baby. I love it. That's good, man. That's good. Is that true? Can anyone confirm that for me while I'm sitting here live? I mean, I probably could confirm it. Dave, confirm that for me, sir, if you could. Snow is 40% shorted. That's because it's less than 12 months old. They hate it. Too much short on the snow. Terrible shilling on the DD. Just rude and ignorant, guys. Yeah, look, we don't really want to be shilling anything here. And I think the thing with like Doge and stuff like that is it's very shilly. So just be warned what you're getting into. You know, my uncle, he didn't know. He went crazy. He bought Doge. And he calls me. He goes, Tom. I said, yeah, what's up, man? He goes, I bought crypto. I said, oh, did you buy some Bitcoin? He goes, no. I said, did you buy some Ethereum? He goes, no. I said, did you buy a picture of a dog? He's like, yeah, Dogecoin. And he goes, that's real, yeah? I said, well, it's real. I said, but it's a meme. He goes, what's that? I said, oh my God. What's he doing? What's he doing, guys? And then he got blasted. He lost so much money. He didn't just go a little bit in. He went ham. He went like 30,000 in. It's funny. Didn't know what it was. He's in there. He's tinkering in the Doge. And that's his first crypto. That's madness. Okay, this is coming in from Knock Knock. Tether executive said to face criminal probe into bank fraud. Doge examining whether Tether misled banks about crypto business. Tether said it's committed to cooperating with law enforcement. Ooh, nasty. Nasty. Not unsurprising. Look, I told you what I think about this. I don't like the tethers. I think that I didn't like the tethers in 17. I remember when the market would crash. You guys, old school crypto nerds out there will know this. When the market crashed, Tether used to lose up to 20% of its value because people had so little faith in it. Yeah. Nowadays it loses like 0.5%, 1%. I'm not kidding you. Someone here in the chat, commit with me here. Commit with me. It was nuts. Rest your soul is mad. That sounds like a spam bot to me. This Daddy Doge thing is too far, guys. Christopher Collins, $4.99. Tom, I want to buy MicroStrategy calls at open. Do you think Bitcoin will hold overnight? Well, I guess that's kind of changing as we're talking about it. MSTR is already up 12% pre. Would you consider this chasing? All right, MSTR. Well, it sounds like you kind of just want to do this, so maybe it is a little bit chasey. Oh, you mean because you want to buy it right now and it's already up 613? Yeah, man, this is chasing. Like, this is actually, Chris, this is pretty much the problem with most people's investment mindsets. And I'm not saying you're wrong or anything, because people have been pretty correct this year. You buy into the AMC hype. You could have got really any price, and if you just sat and kind of ran away for a little while, you would have been looking okay in a few months' time. Yeah. So it's about understanding that sometimes you miss the boat. And if you miss the boat here, we just found out some potentially stuff's going on with Tether here with the government. That's not good for the crypto world right now. I think it's awesome for the crypto world when 401ks, when big businesses can come in and actually start buying it, and it's considered different, which I believe it is. I believe this is the decade of the crypto coins. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be 1 bazillion% returns like it used to be when I sold my Bitcoin at $13 per coin, I mean. Very stupid of me, I guess. I made them for free, all right? But yeah, look, MSTR chasing that today is probably not the best pick. It just doesn't make sense. If you're going to buy a call here in the open, you're buying a call where you're hoping Bitcoin therefore goes up more. You're paying incredible volatility. The IV will be out of control. Remember, the implied volatility is the most powerful thing that you need to kind of stay away from. When everyone's doing something, you don't necessarily want to be doing it unless you see very key points. Now, if you have a look at this 2-hour chart, you could say, oh, we've peaked, we've come up, 611's cheap and 680's where we should be. And that's very valid. And I get what you're saying, but yes, you're jumping it into some problems here. I wouldn't do it personally, but you got to do whatever you can do, man. You pick whatever you like. Michael H says ETH is the crypto of choice. I don't like buying things that are like 13%. I saw a few speculators in the room today going is I'll show you the stock. Okay. Community, you tell me, would you buy this stock right now? So, I mean, if you had it into the earnings, congrats. Would you buy this stock right now? We've got more people coming in here. Al Riza says your uncle should listen to you. He ain't listening to no one. He does whatever he wants to, guys. And then he might talk to you after. Yeah, he does whatever he needs to. So there we go. We've got Sohei coming in as well, saying that Dodge examining whether Tether misled banks about crypto business. Not surprising. Sherlock Holmes says, smash the like button, people. Tom TA for $0. You do the math. It's totally worth it. Yeah. Thank you very much, man. And then we got ETH is the crypto of choice coming from Michael H. Look, I've always been a big fan of ETH, though I'm kind of like I'm not like a super fan of Bitcoin, but I definitely see both. And I think the problem for ETH for me is I don't see like anything really touching Bitcoin. It's just like a random thing like gold, and you just kind of sit it there. Like that is really the way I see it. I see it as like it's just got so much brand awareness. I think a beautiful icon. I think that they've done well with the icon there. Great icon, Bitcoin. It's going to be hard to dismantle Bitcoin. However, ETH has actual competition as well. So it's very important they took it to the ETH 2.0. It's very important they continue to go back and innovate it. Otherwise, ADA is going to come and kick its ass or something like that. Something else is going to come and get it if you're not careful with the old Ethereum. But I've always gone with the big two. The big two and not this crapper. Look at this. Ugh. Sick. XRP, come on. No. Sorry, XRP fam. Chart Junkie says, giving your money away on Snap. That's correct. Yeah, look, it's just too high, guys. Amazing return. Congratulations. Could it run further? Sure. Remember what Wall Street do. If I go in and I see this in the morning and someone comes to me, and let's say I look after $1 billion, and they say, Tom, what do you reckon? Do you reckon we should buy Snap today? It's looking real good. It's not AMC, guys. It's not the stock that goes, woohoo, into the moon. The chance of you making great coin here is very low in comparison to the risks that come through. That's just statistical. Because if you have this kind of run, how often does it continue to keep going? How often does it have great results and then just start stabilizing after it? Here's a run where it gapped high. This was obviously completely out of the woodwork, and then it gaps high, and then it kind of consolidates. It gaps high, and it consolidates for some time. If you bought it here on the tippity top, you could have bought it like literally a month later and got it for the same price, or a month after that and got it for the same price. Generally speaking, a market will consolidate after such a huge move. Sometimes it goes on a big epic run to the moon. Most likely it doesn't. And if you're doing calls, it's going to be very, very expensive. Conscious Investing says, load the boat. Oh, man. Loading the boat. Michael H says, I am 250% plus in Snap. Congratulations, man. That's good. But then, would you still be buying more of it at this price? That's what you've got to ask yourself. All right, I'm just reading through some of these comments. Very good, guys. Very good. All right. So, market's coming in. Clearly, that crypto stuff is the real deal. It looks like enough people are verifying it. So, if you're not aware, it looks like there's some investigation going on here. It is certainly hurting some of the coins. The coins are moving down. These are all against the tether. It'd be interesting to see what happens against the other coins. Actually, let me load up BTC versus... Actually, which one should it be? BTC versus... I guess it's going to go down comparatively. But yeah, Tether scares me. I don't know about the Tether. Hey, Tom, do you know what's happening with CCIV Lucid Motors? I'll have a quick look for you, man. This is coming from JT Raj. I know JT Raj, so we'll check him out. Check it out. Is this thing gone? What's happening here? Hello? Did it get changed as a code? Or is it just not here? Don't know. I don't like that stock. I don't know. Maybe someone in the community can let you know on this. So story today, US 10-year coming in a little bit weak there, rallying slightly. S&P 500 looks pretty set. US 100 fake market futures starting to pull up now. We're in earnings. We should see good results. The question then becomes, is it a buy the rumor, sell the fact? Continue to look at TLT. You know, VIX, the VIXy VIX, the fear index is something that I expect to, be a little bit fearful over the next coming weeks and months. Remember, August, September, definitely not the best months of the year, especially for the tech stocks. Usually it's a sideways to slightly down market, something to be worked out. ARK, we have a question about that. What do you think of ARK, Tom? Look, I don't think much of ARK. I mean, I think ARK's really good. I think that Cathie Wood is pretty exceptional at understanding a concept. The thing that I always think about is that, she was correct, there's no doubt. And I still think she's correct in many ways. Not on space. I'm not big on the space field. But that's only one of her funds. She's going to create lots of funds. She's incredibly correct with the idea, not necessarily all the stock picks. I don't like them all. That's just my opinion. What she's good at is she's understanding that this is the time and this is the decade where you've got to invest in innovation. From the global financial crisis, if you invested in innovation, you smashed the S&P 500. You smashed it, destroyed it, because you would have been mostly just buying tech. And that was the last decade. Out of recessions, especially quick recessions, generally becomes a very good period of huge growth in new startups, in interesting, exceptional businesses, because America is one of those places that stuff happens. In Australia, we don't really, have that as much, but in America, absolutely. So I'm very bullish on innovation. I actually think 2021, 2022, 2023 are going to be mostly bullish years. And there's a rule of fives that I've never spoken about here, but basically every fifth year, did you know that it has a higher statistical chance of being good? So let's say we say 2026 and a half. Let's say somewhere around there is where the epic apocalypse is sitting. Let's just go with that. If 2025 is an exceptional year, let's say a 20% year, coming off the back of some pretty nice, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11% years in the S&P and other things, if you have a 20% year going into the fifth year, which is 2025, is that signaling to us that we need to be being concerned? There's a lot of things to be saying. There's bullishness here for quite a few years. My VIX outlook is probably going to be an increase. Oh, by the way, with this, being above all these moving averages is really nice for it. Being above the 200, the 50, and the 20. I do recommend you usually never look at doing in this case, kind of managed fund technical analysis. However, yeah, that's where it is. It's sitting above all those points. I've got VIX Outlook coming in from Ian. Oh, LCID is the code for Churchill Group. See, that's how little I look at this thing. Thank you, guys. Very, very good. LCID. By the way, do you like this little thing? Maybe I'll fix it so it doesn't have this little rocket ship thing here and stuff as well after. Do you prefer this overlay for the chat? Yes or no? Just let me know. Thank you very much, Dave, for LCID. This looks pretty good on the chart. Nice bullish movement, nice consolidation, good hammer. It's had a little bit of time to have a cool off. Not bad at all. Yeah, just looking for it to do the dance, eh? Get above this 24, what is this, 24.89, 24.90. Rally then, hopefully up to the 28s. It's not bad. I mean, I want to hate on it. I'm not going to hate when you get a decent technical. There's nothing wrong with this concept if it gets through that 24 kind of 90, 25 zone. Yeah. Tom, look at Fern. My son went all in and that scares me, says Silverline. All right, man, we'll have a look. Fern. Oh, yeah. So this company is... oh, my God. Oh, my God. Do you know how big this is, dude? 8.8 million. You've now hit an all-time record, Silver. This is the smallest stock I have ever covered on the channel. Wowzers. Yeah, that is... okay. Precious metals, so it's some kind of maybe discovery or something. 8.87. That is really, really, really small. And to think where it came from. There's nothing you can really say about this that I'm like, yeah, that is a penny stock and a half. It's also quite extended away from the 2 hour 20. If we go down to the 1 hour 20 seems to be where it's bouncing. So I guess if you want to follow the crazy trend, you just want to keep it holding that 1 hour 20, 2 hour 20 kind of movement up. Good luck. That is exceptional. 8 million, very small. Some stock exchanges have temporarily halted trading of LCID. There you go. Michael H says, I would buy coin today. Let's have a look at coin. Up 6.25%. Actually pretty cheap when you consider the price of the BTCs. 239, up 6.4%. You've got some really nice accumulation off here. Now, we all know that Kathy Wood's buying this thing out of control. Coin is being purchased out of control by her. You've got your trough. You've got a peak. You've got a higher trough. You're going to get a higher peak most likely today if it can hold this through. You've got a target, which is like 255. And then if you ever do breach out of this level, this consolidation, then you've got your next target, which is 300. It could be worse. I mean, I have a thing where I don't like the IPO style. But, yeah. A few people saying they don't like it because they can't see the dates. All right, we can fix that, guys. Actually, wait, if I just leave it here, then I can just fix it for you guys. There we go. Actually, I don't know. Where would we prefer it? Do we prefer it up here? Probably not. I can make it smaller. Is that better? Maybe if I make it smaller there, that might be better. Yeah, so I don't mind that. Coin, not too bad. I'm Goff Pradeep, $4.99 says, morning. Have a good week, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You have a good week too. Zoom going to Zoom today, says Durgesh. Let's have a look at Zoom. We covered it on the Friday session. So we're 5 minutes off the market open here. We've had some exceptional kind of craziness in the morning with the Bitcoin news. We've got the Zoom, which I still think looks fine from the technical perspective. Earnings quite far off, which is always nice. you've got here, because I don't want to take that thing into earnings ideally, got strong rejections. So we have triple rejection wicks. We have a bullish close, and then we have a rejection through the Friday session. It's up here at 1.67 in the morning. This is the last kind of point that it needs to consume, which is the daily 20 moving average, 365. 365, guys. Pretty good. Can you guys actually read that, though? Read the little message there from AMGO? Hopefully you can. But yeah, we'll leave it there so you can see all the data and stuff. That's probably better. Yep. I like it. I like it. Zoom, I don't like the stock, but I do like the technical. Zoom gonna zoom. Most talked stonks on Wall Street bets are Barber, AMC, GME, AMD, and Tesla. Well, we've got to do Tesla in just a few moments because, of course, we're going in. I've held it off. We've also got another super chat coming in from Ward Evans. And he says, PIN seems to be sprinting into earnings. It really is. Albeit with some occasional algo whale shorting buggery. Yeah, PINs is a good stock. I kind of like their sales model. It is moving fairly strongly in. And that's because, of course, we had a very, very strong number from Snapchat, from Twitter, etc. It's gapped. It's above. You know where the resistance is, 81. It's obviously going to be very stressful taking it into the earnings. They've got to perform. Maybe go and have a quick look at the app data as well and see whether PINs has been downloaded fairly heavily. You should always do that app data research just to make yourself feel better going into earnings. See where it's ranked recently, see where it's on the App Store in different countries and the Google Android Store, etc. Let's do Tesla here because, of course, today is all about earnings. It's going to come in at 1% up due to the Bitcoin movement, I guess, and anticipation. Look, Tesla earnings can go either way. I'm looking for a 690 plus closure for bullish action, and of course a 620 or 619 below for bearish action. I feel like it's trapped. There's not much more I could really say about it. If you get past 660, that could shoot momentum into the bull side to the 690. So you'll have there a trough, a peak, a higher trough, and then a higher peak. That's more of a kind of day trade. You've got to look at the smaller time frames and make sure you're happy with that kind of thing. But yeah, it's all down to the earnings where we've got it clearly trapped within two zones. And if it breaks out of either zone, it should be on like Donkey Kong. That's what we want to say. It should be on like Donkey Kong. Thank you very much, Ward Evans, as well. We're 2 minutes off the market, open here. Everything's recovered. Fake market futures be gone. As we always say, fake market futures on Mondays are fake, guys. Fake. Lies. Never listen to the futures. Listen to the real market. What is the real market telling us? At this stage, all green, all good. All green, all good. With a little bit of cautiousness. Yeah, it's like a little flaggy there on the fake market futures. So here we go. 2 minutes to come in. We will look at everything. I'm gonna pick one today. I want to look at Square. I want to see how Square reacts here in the market open. This is incredibly disappointing. I expected 2% out of Square today. Is this undervalued in this morning session? Coin also coming in. You probably should get Coin. Because Coin's coming in with the 6% on it. 6.7%. Very cool. 240 on the market open. Right at previous resistance, acting at support. It's not bad. Dr. Copper says, agree, says Brett C. Megan T says, the Justice Department investigation is focused on conduct that occurred years ago when Tether was in its more nascent stages. Doesn't sound that concerning. Fair enough, Megan. Thank you very much for looking into it. I haven't had a chance yet. But that makes perfect sense of why the recovery has happened so fast. Sometimes the news is not all what it seems. All right, we've opened up here. Let's see what's going on. I'll open the bell for you guys. Here we go. Straight from America. Thank you very much. Best market in the world is now open. Congratulations for making it through to Monday, everybody. So it looks like that whole conduct thing was done a few years ago. Maybe Tether is not as bad as people think. I will find out in the future. We'll have to find out. So Coin opens at 239. Tesla opens about 1.1%. And then we have IWM opening green, US 100 slightly down on the day. Let's scroll through. Square is frankly disappointing at a 0.09. That's pretty pov. Amazon 0.36, Google 0.21. All right. Snowflake not down as much as it was before. Zoom coming out of the gates. It's zooming 1.83%. I don't mind the technical on the old Zooms. QCOM 0.6. Did you know that QCOM outperforms the market during, so basically July, like around this time, July and October? Bizarre. Over the last 20 years. True stats. I'll get them for you tomorrow. But still very bizarre. Don't go with true stats. Go with the technicals as much as you can. JD unfortunately comes in at a 6.4% down. Baidu just getting absolutely wrecked as well, and so is Baba. TDoc down. Roku up 0.67, coming off the back of a very nice result. Why do we have this SCCO here? Southern Copper Corporation. That must have been a good looking technical. Tesla rallying. Coin looking okay. Let's go to the Webull screener here. Do the percentage changes. So worst is mostly the tech stocks. Tech stocks in China. Possible delisting events there may occur in the future as well. And then we got Zoom video. Zoom. Tesla. Anticipation into the earnings. People are feeling good. The retail crowd is warming up. They're pushing it. I wonder if they get to like 690 before earnings. Oof. That'd be impressive stuff. They're feeling great about the Bitcoins and the Elon coming back out to play. Roku. All right, let's go to the meme stocks. What's going on with Speculation Central? Riot Blockchain and Mara both up heavily. No surprises there. Scroll down and through. There's the rest of them. And how are all GoTo? GoTo is so... Oh my goodness. 25% down. I feel bad for anyone that's in the Goku, but let's just quickly load that up. I want to show you how bad stuff can get. There it is. That's January. That's the pumpy. There's the dumpy. $2.67. That sucks. That's what happens when sometimes you can't cut something though, and you hodl it in hard. US 100 now the only thing down, so everything else is green. Look at all this. Look at the sea of red through the tech. Sea of red early here through the tech. Nvidia also. Sid. Are you there, Sid? Sometimes it pays to take the sweet profits. Nvidia, I just want to repeat this. Market capitalization of Nvidia, 478 billion USD. Damn. What about Bitcoin, Elon, and the Teslas, says APT. Yeah, we looked at the Teslas. We like the Teslas, but we've got it trapped. I don't like gambling into the... unless you have inside information, you believe that it's going to be a glorious earnings season. And if you do, and you've got the stats, and you've got the, let's call it social arb behind it. And I can tell you, my next door neighbor is a social arb in itself of replacing Porsche with Tesla. So, yeah, from that point, it's good. Yeah. Darth Sidious says, Sid was out at 196. Good work, Sid. I want to make sure you're out at 196. Kevin told me to hodl. Ooh, how rough. Musti over here. Tom, can you check MMAP? This company merged with Torch, TRCH. Went downhill since the merge, but now it looks like it found support. Plus the SEC changed industry Friday from oil to gas to technology. Is this a gem? It sounds like a muddled story. I gotta say, that doesn't sound too good, does it? What the? Is this a gem? Materials. So it's been changed now. It's electronic technology semiconductors. It's merged with another thing. It sounds really convoluted. I mean, market capitalization's $1 billion. It looks like nothing to me right now, Musti. I want to see this thing show us the way with some accumulation. Show us the way with some kind of like lightning bolt. Give us some momentum. At this moment, it just kind of looks like it's floating around support. So if you like the company and you believe in it and it's fundamentally driven, then this is the type of location that you would look at those types of things. But yeah, got hello all from Russia. Hello very much. Can't pronounce your name, but welcome. Great to have you here. Great to have so many people around the world joining us all the time. That is sweet. Got DraftKings from Trishan. Nice setup. Let's have a look. DraftKings right into the trend line. Yep. Could be a nice setup. Breach the trend line, breach the previous resistance, pull back, bam. 52, what was that, about 53 first problem, then 55. DraftKings is very prolific with their marketing. AMC going to the moon. All right, let's have a look down here. Calm down, guys. Not the moon yet. Let's have a look at the price action. Could be worse. I mean, you've got your trough down here, your base kind of thing. You've got your peak. You've obviously got your higher trough at this point. You go over there to the daily. Also looks like a bit of a rejection happened on the Friday session. You can see it rallying. Yeah. I mean, you can get a little bit happy about that. Scott Morgan says, wait till after earnings. That the resident DraftKings aficionado has come here. He says, don't buy. Not what I say. That's what he says. Peter wants to be recognized. We've got you, Peter. Hi, then. Can you check Apple stock, please? Yeah, we'll have a look. Why was Slack delisted? It's bought by CRM. Salesforce bought it a while ago. Tom, is there a reason Qualcomm has good July to September is because of Apple's launch expectation pumpy and dumpy? I'd say so, man. I'd say so. Something like that. I can't, I just know the stat. I'll pull the stat, but I think you make some kind of sense there. Something like that's got to be it. Tony Sasser. Hey, boss. What's up, Tony? Can you check AAVE? Looking bullish. We certainly can. Let's have a quick look at Apple for that gentleman before. Piton going down here. Build-A-Bear. Still not in the zone. We'll find you, Build-A-Bear. I'm coming for you. But not yet. But I'm coming for you, Build-A-Bear. When I get the chance, I'll be shorting you into Short Town. Those nasty bears, they're too expensive. I've actually never been in the store. I just walked past it. But anyway, Apple here looks all right. Looks all right. Nothing wrong with the apples other than it is going very bullish into, of course, the earnings. What has it generally done around earnings? Earnings, meh. Earnings, meh. Earnings. It already went meh into it, so whatever. Earnings over here, good. Yeah, that one, no, we won't use that one. Let's go with the other one. Earnings, meh. And here's not fair because that's during the recovery. Here, this is a fair one. Lackluster. Bad. Crappy. Coming off a base already. Crappy. Yeah, it's okay. Crappy. Wait, which day I wonder was the earnings? Was that earnings pushing it through? Maybe it's good. Mediocrity. You know what I mean? Last couple of years, more stats there show badness after earnings than goodness. Did anyone see greatness every single time there? I saw more bad than good. Michael H says, what's going on with Square? Well, Square's sucking, dude. It sucks. It's Jack Dorsey's fault. At least he pushed out the bank stuff. But yeah, overall, meh. Nothing I can say or do will change the square at this point. At least it's rallied. At least it's above the 260. I just want it, just hit 280. Come on. Before earnings. I don't want to see any earnings with Square just yet. Just hit that level for us. Let's have a look at AAVE. This is for Tony. Put him up there. Tony. Oh. Daily 200 and previous resistance. I assume we need to do it versus Tether. 348. 350. Looks good. Needs to run into 350, which I guess is pretty much the target for it now. Breach of that, and you've got a nice kind of story going on here to allow you to go to 400. 400 would be the next resistance past 350. All signs are pointing towards 350 at this stage. Maybe look at the smaller time frame, like a 2 hour or well, maybe even lower, 1 hour, and see if it's following a moving average. Doesn't seem to be. So maybe a little pullback here, a little bit of resumption, 350, gets past that, 400, continue. What are my thoughts on Twitter after earnings? Not much. I think Twitter for me is always, well, I mean, what do I think it does? I think it usually shorts after earnings. Like it had a good earnings. It was cool. It wasn't bad. We liked Twitter down here. We were loving the Twitters down in the 55 action. You guys know I love the Twitters. I love the Twitters to 63. Then I got super disinterested in the Twitters. I feel like the rest of the tech stocks, there's a good chance that this kind of after time. She's a whiz now, $2. P, what's this? This is like Pi hit the like button. What is that thing? P, oh, Polaris. Thank you very much for the $2 there. Ooh, a good one. Nice, dude. Nice. Recreational product consumer durables. This is a good one. You found a good one. I'll put the Pi in here. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty good because you've got the support, you've got your resistance. You know that you've got long leg doji, rejection candle, and now you're trying to put in the good work for the daily close. I'd wait for the daily close, but that would be beautiful if it did get above. Because then you're talking about, really trying to execute on a plan to go towards that 144, and that's a very good base for it. So, yeah, nice one. SPCE kind of crashed from the moon to earth, didn't it? Yes, I hate that stock. Get out of here, SPCE. Get back down. Back down, I say. Where's that guy? Come back, dude. Who's the guy? There's some guy abusing me a few weeks ago for saying this was a great price, not great price. I want you to come back. Come back to me. I don't think he'll ever come. He ain't coming back. If he comes out, much respect. But if he doesn't come out, oh well. We'll see you in the soon. Square, wait, what's this? Square what? What about Square? Did Tom do QCOM net? No, I haven't done QCOM. I just was talking about the stats. No, nothing's changed for me with QCOM. It looks fine. I mean, technically, the Friday close was sweet. You've got a nice bullish close above any other of the highs in terms of closures. Got nice consolidation. It looks good. Technically, if I saw that on Apple, I'd be like, oh, I need that right now in my portfolio. But it is Qualcomm. It is Qualcomm. Hi, boss. Can you give feedback on the Coca-Colas? The Coca-Colas. Yeah, looks fine. I mean, I've liked Coca-Cola. I specifically thought, actually January, it was a great time to invest in the Coca-Colas. It was unfairly smashed. This does well during summer months. It always has a good kind of July period. Coke, Pepsi, Pepsi particularly does well in America. And yeah, it's doing its thing. It's not like sugar drinks have died off just yet. So Not much, I think about it. It's a slow, gradual kind of stock that goes well and it's technically relatively defensive. AMC on the 3-minute looks like a roller coaster. Yeah, it would. About a week ago or so, SPCE was the only green stock on my list and made me think of you, Tom, later to crash down. Johnny Bravo says. That's right, Johnny. It was a horror. It's a horror stock. SPCE burned all company value for that one single ride. True. Yeah, true. Where's this Square comment? Square is a potential 10x in the long term. Yes. Yes, it is. But we need Jack Dorsey to continue to take in as much innovation as fast as possible. I've been very impressed with I look ridiculously impressed with the Cash App, just in terms of them just absolutely getting market domination early. But they got to keep pushing, guys. They've got to keep pushing. Square can lose it all. What do you think of Shop or PayPal? Let's have a quick look at Shop. I haven't looked at that one since we got the mega week of Shopify returns. That mega week was sweet. No, not for me. Nothing wrong with it, just not for me. PayPal Holdings at the tippity top. So again, with earnings so close out, you're just betting on earnings really at that point. Ethereum to 10K, probably not ETH 2.0. Maybe one day. Truly Messiah says Tom's leaving soon. He needs to check out the Tesla next door. You mean the 3 Teslas? 3 Tesla Rondos. Market recovering a little bit here. Amazon now up 0.64. Definitely the least loved FANG stock into earnings so far is the Amazon. However, with the amount of options I've seen on it, you would think it is very loved by Wall Street. Lots of options. Wall Street's still bashing through all of the Chinese stocks here. Nvidia, the pie is going well. That was a good one from the other gentleman before. And where's the Zooms? The Zoom's still 1.6, 1.7. It's zooming along. Facebook's still running in. And what's this SCCO? Oh, yeah, dude. I like this one. I know why I had it here. I want this above 66. Might put a little alert there for the community. Sweet. Sweet. AMC now 2.87. And the rest. All right, guys. Well, that pretty much brings us to the end of the stream. I'll just make sure I don't have any super chats that I might have missed. I love DPZ Pizza for All. Is that the code in America for the Domino's? Yeah. Yeah, Domino's is the most weird stock. I mean, when you look at it, you think, damn, why didn't I buy this back in 2011? I mean, you want to talk about returns, guys. If you're not familiar with returns, it's like Monster Energy Drink. Monster Energy Drink and Domino's. Domination. They should just rename it to Domination. Get rid of that. Or like Dominion or something. It's a ridiculous stock. I don't get it. I didn't get it here. I didn't get it here. I don't get it here. Look at this. Damn. It's an absolute beast. Oh. Carl Kenner says, I should have bought the dip on GoTo, up 20% since the dip. I totally disagree with you, Carl. Totally. You could do well in in one of these kind of dips, but think about how you made that decision. Are you buying the dip? Are you buying the long-term aspect of the market, or are you making an informed decision that you can replicate on a higher level? I've bought dips in the past where I bought crap stocks and I've made money. Was it good? No, it was a real bad idea because it got me in a mindset where I just continuously bought really crappy stocks with bad dips. Anyway. It's not very good pizza, says Britsu. Exactly, it's crap. Even the Costco pizza is better, as DJAJ says. Very good. So yeah, Carl, I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to make money. You can, and you can be really correct, but you can also burn it all. And I like seeing people burn all their money. That's not cool. It's not cool burning all your hard earned, buying dips of crud stocks. I think I caught all of them. So thank you so much for joining us for the session here. It looks like the market is doing pretty good. Got Jassa coming in here. Tom, can you please have a look at TME? What's your thoughts on recovery? All right, man, we'll have a look at that. 10-cent music. Oh, I mean, look, it's so damn low, dude. It's so damn low. That is depressing, isn't it? 2nd of March. It's back at the 2nd of March. You've got to think it's got recovery chances at this point. When it got through here, problems. Now that it's down here, you know, this is deep value investing. Deep value, guys. It's still worth 18.246 million. There are threats to it, but it is deep value. It could take a while. I mean, I'm talking you have to have a bit of time. It may take 12 months to get back up here. It may take years. That's deep value at this point. And I'm not even sure if it's value. Market now fully recovered, and you can see the turnaround that's occurred. Zoom is zooming, guys. Oh, yeah. Get up there, you demon thing. I want to see Zoom $400. $400. Pi still good. And the SCCO, that was a nice one from before. Snap, I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to degrade. Cool. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, daily video coming out tomorrow discussing what's going on here in the market for the session. I hope you guys are making more informed decisions, better decisions that you are coming up with yourselves. And it's great to have you here. Hopefully you also enjoy this thing. So just again, if I leave it down in the bottom left-hand corner, can you read it? Yes or no? Just let me know right now. Compare DPZ with Amazon over the longer term. No. I want to compare DPZ 2010 with Amazon. That's what you got to do. It's like saying Monster Energy. It's like a few cents. And then it went to like whatever it is now. I understand. You can go Amazon. You can go Apple. I mean, we've got to remember, Apple was a few dollars during, you know, the 2000s. I mean, you go back to Apple. And you go back before Steve Jobs came back. When they made the ugly laptops back in the 90s or whatever it was. Before the iPod even began. Here we go. 2000 and like back when he was bringing this through. And he just began the iPod and stuff. Look at this thing. It's 25 cents. 25 cents. I remember buying it here. No, not there. I didn't buy it there. I bought it here. Equivalent, I think it was about $70 at the time. 78, something like that. $3.40. It was cheap. But that's not how it is right now, of course. We go to the expansion of the economy, and now we're sitting at $149 for Apple. Jacob does not like it. So maybe if I have it like this. Like that. Where it still doesn't take over the screen. Maybe like that. I do prefer it myself, but... And then I'll fix all this rest of it around it. That might be better. Coin's up 8%. Yeah, Michael, nothing wrong with coin, man. You were correct. Scott Morgan says Vegas 2022, make it happen. Certainly will. What's with all this random spam that we're getting today about coins? Is it The Bitcoin goes up and then all of a sudden all the shills come out to play. That's great. Yeah, I think something like that's pretty good. Yeah, Scott, don't worry. We'll do the Vegas thing next time. Next year when we can fly, we'll do it. But I haven't even got a vaccine yet. We can't get them here in Australia. In America, you guys are lucky. You get vaccines straight away. You're just like, yeah, I want one. I'll take it. I can't even get one, even if I wanted it. It's just not going to happen. All right, everybody. Catch you for